Hello everyone, welcome to Come Sit at My Table. We sure are happy to have you here with us today. Well, Thanksgiving's over. It's the day after the big day. Most of the company has probably left your house and you're left with a lot of leftovers. Now, Melissa and I have some leftovers today, which we normally don't because our kids normally take most of the leftovers home with them. But we kept some today because we wanted to do this recipe with you. So if you've got a bunch of leftovers, this is an idea for something you can do with them. Now, we all know that we can do turkey sandwiches, we can do turkey dressing and cranberry sauce wraps, you can make turkey salads, and just all kinds of things with the leftover turkey. By the way, turkey pot pie is really good too. But if you've got turkey and mashed potatoes and some other vegetables and some gravy and maybe some dressing left, you're thinking, what am I going to do with all this? Well, a Thanksgiving leftover casserole is delicious. So we're going to put together a Thanksgiving leftover casserole today and show you how we do it. Now, I do want to tell you that this is just an idea. You don't have to have these exact foods. Whatever you have left over, you can use them. This is what we have left, so this is what we're using today. We're going to use leftover mashed potatoes. We have some leftover corn, and we have some leftover green beans. Now, I have not heated those. I've just left them sit out for a while, so they're kind of at room temperature. You don't even need to heat them up before you make this. Then I have some leftover turkey. Now, I did cube part of my turkey. You can see that it's in small cubes. I wanted you to see that you could do it that way. But I also just pulled some apart. I just shredded it. I really kind of like it better this way. You get more of a bite of meat in each bite, but you can cut it up the way you want to. Then I have some leftover gravy. And finally, we have the extra pan of dressing left.
Looks like somebody got into it already, but...
Well, yeah. When I make dressing, it never all fits in the pan. There's always leftovers. So I either put it in ramekins for Melissa and me to have later, or I put it in a smaller pan that we can just cut up and use. That's what I did this year. Now, there really is no recipe to this. It's not like I'm going to give you amounts. You know, you need to use 3 cups of mashed potatoes. There really are no amounts. It's just whatever you have left. But we are going to start with mashed potatoes in the bottom of our 9x13 dish. Now, I did spray our dish. You do want it sprayed because you don't want anything to stick. Okay, these mashed potatoes are still just a little chilled, but that's okay. And we're just going to press those into the bottom of our dish. And you know what? I might as well just use all of these. What else are we going to do with them?
We don't have to do another leftover meal if we can.
No. Well, you and I are probably going to eat on this for several days.
Yeah, but
this will
we got
be
lots of things to do, so it's nice that we have a big head start on this today.
That's right. If you've been around here long, you know that my motto is cook once, eat twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, or whatever. So that's what we're going to do with this casserole. Now, once you get your mashed potatoes in the bottom, and I'm just using an offset spatula to help do it, but you can do it with a spoon or a knife or whatever. But get your mashed potatoes in the bottom. Just rake that off there. Then we're going to add our other vegetables. I probably won't add all of these because we don't need them all. And we're just going to put a little layer of corn. And you don't even have to completely cover it. Just put some down. Just like that. Spread it out as much as you want. And there are no amounts. You just fix it the way you want it fixed. Okay, that's probably enough corn.
Just some of the corn we did back in the summer.
It is. It's the corn that we cut off the cob and froze. It's actually peaches and cream. Then I'm gonna put some green beans on there. And again, just scatter some around. We don't want it to be completely covered. So a layer of green beans. Just spread them out. And then we'll go in with our turkey. And remember, I said you can use whatever you have left. You don't have to have green beans. You don't have to have corn. Just use what you have. It'll be fine. As long as you enjoyed it for Thanksgiving, it'll be good in the casserole. So we're just going to take our turkey and put that on. Now, I'll tell you that I do go a little heavy with the turkey. I love the turkey, so I'm going to put it on. Then on top of that turkey, I'm going to pour our gravy. Actually, I'm just going to put all that turkey on there. There we go. Because you know, you really can't have too much turkey, can you? And I'm just going to kind of press that down because I need room for my dressing on top of this casserole. Now, I will tell you that I did slightly heat my gravy because when gravy's cold, it kind of congeals. And I didn't want to put big lumps of gravy on there, so I did throw it in the microwave and I think I heated it for 2 minutes on 80% power. Now, all we're going to do is just pour some gravy right over top. And I still see some lumps of gravy, but you know, that's not going to hurt anything. It will heat up in the oven. And I'm just going to pour that gravy right on top there. Don't be afraid to put plenty of gravy. That's what's going to give your casserole plenty of moisture. You probably don't want to drown it, but you know, don't be afraid to put plenty on there. You want it to be nice and moist. Think about the casseroles that you make where you make a sauce to put on them, and a lot of times they're really wet. So don't be afraid to put plenty of gravy on there. You want it to be delicious. Now that we have our gravy on there, and I think that's about right. I think we almost used all of it. Now we're going to take our dressing and just put on top. And there's no easy way to do this, no graceful way to do it. You just have to take it and kind of break it up. And I'm gonna tell you, my dressing is moist. I like moist dressing. I don't like dry, nasty dressing. Nobody likes dry dressing that you have to choke down. So, well, it's true. Nobody likes dressing like that. It's just, who wants dry dressing that you have to drink a gallon of tea with to get it down your throat? So I make mine wet, and I'm just going to drop pieces of it all over the top of my casserole. Yes, it has boiled egg in it. It has some meat in it. Actually, this has chicken. Usually I put chicken in it. It has onions and celery and all kinds of good things. Sage. Love sage. Now, what if you don't have dressing left over? That happens a lot, doesn't it? You get finished with Thanksgiving and the dressing's all gone. Well, you know what? For a topping, you could just use some cracker crumbs that you have put a little butter on, melted some butter and stirred into some crushed cracker crumbs, and just sprinkle that over top. That would be a great topping for this. But if you have dressing, I think that's a great topping for it. Okay, we've got our topping on there. I'm going to wash my hands, and then we will smooth this down just a little bit before we put it in the oven. Okay, we have our dressing kind of smoothed out, and you don't have to do that either. If you want to just leave it in chunks all over the top, that's fine too. Now I am going to bake this on a sheet pan with a piece of aluminum foil under it, because sometimes it does boil over, bubble over just a little bit, and I don't want to have to clean that off the stove or off the oven.
We do have it very full.
It is full. So there it is. It's ready to go. You can see the layers. Now, my oven is heated to 350 degrees. We're going to bake it for at least 30 minutes. Everything in it's cooked. I mean, it's leftovers. But we want to make sure it's heated all the way through. So we will bake it until we see that it's bubbly and it's heated through. I'll probably check the center just to make sure that it's hot in the center. But I'm gonna say it'll take probably 30 to 45 minutes, but we'll check it. And when it's ready, we'll come back and sample it with you. Our Thanksgiving leftover casserole is out of the oven. We baked it for about 30 to 40 minutes, just until I could tell that the center was good and warm. I did make one mistake. When I took it out of the oven, I immediately dug into it because I'm hungry.
It's been a busy day.
It's been a really busy day and we haven't eaten. I should have let the casserole set for probably 20 minutes, maybe even longer, so it could firm up a little. Because I dug into it while it was still really hot, it ran a little bit. Wasn't as firm as I would like for it to be. So do that if you make this casserole. Just let it sit there for a few minutes and firm up while you're getting ready to eat. All right, let's do a taste test. You ready, babe?
I am. I'm hungry.
Give you a small bite. It is hot. Hope that doesn't burn you.
That's so good. It's a lot like a turkey pot pie. Except instead of having a crust, it's got the dressing.
Exactly. It's very much like a pot pie. It's very good.
I really like that.
Yeah, me too. That's delicious. Wow. The dressing and the mashed potatoes on the top and bottom are just perfect. That's really good.
It's a great way to use up leftovers too. And
it is.
It feels like it's a different meal.
And that would feed a lot of people. You could probably feed 10 or 12 people out of that. All right, thank you so much for watching our video. Let me remind you that right under this video where you see the description box, if you'll click in that box, it will expand and there is a written recipe. Melissa always puts it right there for you. Under that, you will find our contact information and you'll find a link for our cookbook if you'd like to order a copy of our cookbook. It is still available and you have time to order it for Christmas if you'd like to. Also, right under the video, there is a place for you to click the like button. There's also a subscribe button, little notification bell, and the word all. If you've never subscribed to our channel, we really do invite you to subscribe. We'd love to have you join our channel. And of course, at the bottom of the page, there is a place for you to leave a comment. We love hearing from you. So feel free to go to the bottom and just leave us a comment. We'll try our best to read and respond to as many of those as we possibly can. All right, it's time for dinner. We wish you were here to share it with us. We want you to remember that you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day.